This is the guide for teachers and proctors for the MAP test. This is going to be the console where you're going to log in. Once you have logged in, try to go to Manage Test Sessions. In these test sessions, you're going to look for the students who are going to do the test for you. One of the first options is trying to select the grade level that they're going to be at, so try to select either if they are in elementary, high school, secondary, preschool. Now, once you have selected that, try to select the grade of the student. Look for the instructor. In this case, might be yourself or some other teacher. In terms of the class, options will be narrowed, so try to select only the class that you're going to need for this common exam. Once you have selected all of this information, you're good to go, and the list of students is going to appear to you. In this case, we have only one student. That's why you're going to see one only option. Try to select all of the students that you're going to have in the test. Now, if you have students that are missing that day, do not select them. Once you have selected everyone that is present, go ahead and click Add Students. Once you have everybody that you need, go ahead and click on Assign Test. Once you have assigned tests, you're going to have a list of different tests displayed to you. Select the one that you're going to apply and look for the button that says Assign. Once everything is ready, save the session. Instantly, a menu is going to pop up into you and it's going to ask you to write in the test name. So write the test name in the space provided and save and exit. This is where you're going to manage your test sessions. First step is to click on Manage Test Session. Step number 2 is to unveil the submenu under Hide. Step number 3 is to select the test session that you have just created. And step number 4 is to test now. If you need to delete or type over to see other sessions, this is the place for you to do it. Do not select the delete session option. This is going to delete that session, is going to delete the test that you have just created. So do not delete the session. Now, when you need to give your students the information to access the test on their iPads, this is where you're going to find the name of the test or the testing session name and the session password. Password is going to be generated automatically, although the testing session name is going to remain as the one that you wrote. If you need to add another student to the testing session, what you're going to look for is to the option Add More Students. Once you have clicked it, you're going to have a secondary menu that is going to appear into you, and you will have to do a similar process to the one that you did before, where you're going to select the school, the grade, the instructor, the class, and that way you're going to have the list of students that you need to select. Look for the ones that you need to add into your class and just click on Add Students. Once that takes place, just click on Save and Return to Testing. And that way you're going to see your student awaiting to be part of the test. Make sure to assign the test. That way you're going to repeat the process again, where you look for the test that you need that student to take and click on Assign. Now this is the view that students are going to have on their iPads or computers. In this place, they'll have to select the test session and password that you provided to them before. Once they have done that, they're going to look for their name, and the test is going to appear to them automatically. Tell them to click on Next once the information is correct. Again, it's going to show them another option just to make sure that they're taking the right test and that their name is correct, as well as the previous information that you enter for them. And this is going to be the screen that is going to appear into them once they have selected all that information. They'll be waiting for you to confirm them. Now, in order for them to be confirmed, you will have to access your panel. In your panel, you're going to see the option to be confirmed. This is going to be the status that students are going to have once they have entered all of their information. And once they're in this kind of status, you can confirm them now. This is the screen that is going to appear into them as start a test. Once they have started the test, you're going to look at their screen as confirm. Now you can see the difference between before starting to test, which is confirmed, once you have done the confirm now, and as soon as students just start a test, you're going to see that their status changes into testing, and you will see the question that they are answering. If you need to terminate or suspend the test, this is the process that you need to follow. You're first going to select the student that you're going to have suspended or terminated. The second action is to select the option that you need to from the select action menu. In this case, suspend. Once you select it, you're going to have a submenu that is going to ask you if you're sure about doing this process. If you need to terminate the student, you're going to select the option terminate and select OK in the submenu. This is what the student is going to see in their iPad. If you need to test again and resume the test, what you're going to do is select the student and then select the option test again. Once you have tested again, your status or the student status is going to be turned into to be confirmed. You're going to have a student to be confirmed and you're going to click on confirm now. This is going to unveil a secondary menu with the following options: resume test, start a new test, and do not confirm. The resume test is going to have the student continue the test where they ended, and start new test is going to have the student begin the test all over again. As you can tell, the student is going to have a different status, which is a waiting student, for him to be confirmed by you. When you're going to end the testing session, what you need to do is to select the student, which is paused or terminated, and select the option End Testing Session. If you need to retake the test or continue the test at any other point, meaning that you need to start over with the session, you're going to go again to Manage Test Session. You're going to unveil the submenu under Hide, and you're going to select the student that needs to take the test again, and you will select the option Test Now. When you have the student on Test Now, you're going to be given again a new password that he or she has to enter into her iPad with the same name of the testing session that you selected before. Select the student and click on Confirm Now. This is a summary of what the student's login is going to look like. Now, when the student is going to be confirmed, just click on Confirm Now, and you're going to have the same submenu that we discussed before. If the student needs to have an interruption in his test, the proctor is provided with a proctor interrupt pin. This pin is going to be entered into the computer or iPad of the student. If it's a computer, you're going to select Ctrl-Shift-P. There you're going to enter the pin to either resume the test, suspend the test, or terminate the test on their computer. You just have to select the option of your choosing. Try to make sure that resume the test is going to have the test paused. Suspend the test is going to allow the student to take the test at any other point within a 28-day time, and when you terminate the test, you finish the test with no option to continue later. When the student has finished his or her test, this is the option that you're going to have. This is the perspective that the student will have with their corresponding grades and goals assigned. When they have finished the test, this is going to be your perspective or the teacher's perspective, meaning that the student has a completed status, and once everyone is finished, you can just click on end testing session to finish the session that you have. When you end the testing session, you're going to be asked again to write the session that you would like to have, or the way that you would like to have those records saved. If the test name is correct, just click on Save and Exit. Now, there might be some possible obstacles that you may face during the testing sessions. We're going to see two very common examples of this. Sometimes the next button is not going to work either on iPad or in the computer. To solve this problem, you might like to click on Reset. This is the first option that we're going to have whenever this problem of the next button not working. Reset is supposed to reset again the complete question, and is going to have the student take again the question. They will just select the one that they need, and they will continue with the normal reset button. Now, sometimes they're going to have this same problem, which is that the testing session is taking way too long. To solve this, we would like to not only reset the question, but we would like to refresh the browser. You have over there the different ways to refresh the browsers. If you're doing it in a Mac, it's going to be Command R. If you're doing it on Windows, F5. And if the student is taking the test in the iPad, you're going to look for this logo on the right of the navigation bar. Now, sometimes the student's name is not being displayed. If this happens, what you need to do is to look for the student, select them, and look for the action Suspend. When you suspend the action, you need to select the option Test Again. Once you have tested again, your student is going to have their status reset, and they will enter again the process, but at this time they're going to have their names available for them to choose them, and after that they will continue with the same login process that they did before. This was a very quick view of what the map sessions are going to be like, so thank you very much.